Peace, 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 family. Public enemy number one, targeted in America, gang stalked in America. Today I want to share a story about me being drugged and the police were involved. Um, I've been having a lot of trouble, sharing this story because every time I do, you know what I'm saying, it's noise campaigns and stuff like that that goes on. It's always something. But I gotta share this story. I shared a piece of this story before, but I'm gonna give you the whole story today. It starts with me in Birmingham, Alabama. The weekend prior to me, I was living in Birmingham, Alabama at the time, and the weekend prior to this incident happened, I drove to Atlanta because my gang stalking had went overt, and it had been overt for quite some time, and I really just wanted to, go see some familiar faces because that's where I'm from. I'm from Clayton County, Georgia. But I get to I go when I get to Georgia, I go and see my ex girlfriend. I try to go see her. You know what I'm saying? She lives in the gated community, and I left her a message at the gate. And after I left the message, at this time I had a nice apartment in Birmingham, but I was staying in hotels because the gang stalking was so heavy and the noise campaigns were so heavy at my apartment that I just couldn't stay there, and it was new to me then. You know what I'm saying? The same stuff goes on now, but it's like I'm kind of used to it. But after this happens, I was excuse me, let me get back on track. I was paying a lot of money to stay in hotels, right? And what I found out, and I found out really quick that you get what you pay for. So the more expensive the hotel, the thicker the walls. You understand what I'm saying? So you still might have noise campaigns, but they're not as loud as being in the Motel 6. You feel me? So I had saved up a little pretty good bit of money at the time, and so I was staying in nice hotels. The hotel that I went to was I think it was like the Hilton downtown, and this hotel is high up. It's really high up, and I paid for, it was like 300 a room or something like that. Well, the room I had was like 300 or something, and I was used to paying at least 150 for a room at this time, and that's what most of my income that I had saved up, to invest and do other things with. I was having to use this money just to get some sleep, and that plus I was still paying for my apartment in Birmingham, along with me just using my apartment for storage because I was getting, the noise campaigns were so heavy and the walls were so thin in my apartment, and me still paying for hotel rooms. So after this happens, after so I let me get back on track. I was staying in hotels, so I paid for the hotel at the Hilton. You know what I'm saying? And I was way up, and I could hear, like, when I laid down to go to sleep, I could still hear cars, like like they were right outside, and I'm like, man, I'm way up here, and I can hear cars like they're right outside my window, right? And so that's when I realized, like, something is different about this. You know what I'm saying? This is, it was deeper than what I thought. You see, at first I was thinking it was like, some uh I was just thinking it was like, family members or something that, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew my, stepfather was a usual suspect. So I thought he had a group of people that was just, harassing me. But it was deeper than that. Come to find out, when I really got to that hotel, it really showed me it was deeper than that. Because I was like, that's not possible. You know what I'm saying? So after that right there happened, I went back to Birmingham, and now I'm gonna start the story on the weekend that I was drugged. It was like a Thursday evening. My ex girlfriend, she calls me and says, "I heard your message that you left last weekend um, on my call box, but I couldn't really make it out. So I called your brother and I got your number, and this and that." So we caught up, and at this time, I'm trying my best to explain my targeting without sounding like a lunatic. I'm trying to use as much logic as I can to, be as logical as I can with explaining this, without coming off as crazy, you know, because that's the whole purpose of the tactics is to make you, if you explain it to somebody, it's really like to make you sound, like you tripping. You know what I'm saying? So, we talked for a minute. I'm in the car talking to her, and she's on, I'm on the phone talking to her, and she's a physician's assistant, a PA, at an Emory, one of the, it's a top hospital in Georgia. So, she said, so I said, you know what? She was like, you know what I'm saying? You in the area or whatever? I was like, no. I said, I'm in Birmingham. It's like a 2 hour ride. But I said, you know what? I need to see you, you know what I'm saying, and really talk to you face to face. So I said, I'm going to come out there and see you. And she was like, 2 hours? She said, that's perfect because I'll be home and I'll be situated by the time you get here. Cool. So she gets situated, you know what I'm saying? And I get on the road. By the time I get there, you know what I'm saying, she at the house, and I get in, walk in, bring my laptop bag with me, and put it on the floor, and I'm just giving all kind of details that don't really matter, but so when I get in, I start explaining to her what was going on with my targeting, at the time, like I said, I'm still not, I'm still trying to put things together, so. And I'm not really divulging too much info because I really don't know what's happening. I just know that what a person would say. You know what I'm saying? That like, oh, people following me doing this and doing that, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and people harassing me at my apartment and all that stuff. Like, and as a man, you don't really want to say that, like, somebody they picking on me at my apartment and shit like that, right? You know what I'm saying? But the goal is for you to respond, you know, um, with violence or whatever. Like, it ain't even for you to respond with violence. It's just for real. They really don't want you to respond at all. You know what I'm saying? They want you to just, stay quiet and keep your mouth shut, and you know what I'm saying. Just let them covertly kill you. But so when I was explaining to her, she was like, "Oh, I understand." You know what I'm saying? Like, and she was cool, like just compassionate, very understanding. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I got some wine in here. You want a glass of wine?" I said, "I'll take one." You know what I'm saying? The vibe was going so cool, like it was so good because you know what I'm saying? Like she was so compassionate towards my targeting, and like she understood. I felt like she understood me, right? So she pours up a glass of wine. I drink the first. We drink a glass together, like a regular sized glass, not no quick trip cup glasses of wine. We talking about like not the gas station cups, but we talking about a regular wine glass. You know what I'm saying? And a regular wine pour. So the next, so after the first glass, she was like, "You want another one?" I said, "Yeah, cool." So you know, and at the time I wasn't drinking. You know what I'm saying? And she told me she wasn't prior too. So you know what I'm saying? We were, in my mind, moderation was the end goal. But I'm drinking the second glass. I didn't even get to complete the whole second glass because I'm drinking the glass. She jumps up out of nowhere and she says, "Oh, you got to get up out of here." I said, "What?" I said, "Shamika, what you talking about?" I'm thinking she's joking. She said, "Oh no, you got to get up out of here. You ain't gonna talk to me like that." I said, "Talk to you like how, Shamika? I'm over here chilling. What you talking about?" She tells me to leave again. So I see she's serious. So I look in her eyes and I said, "Okay." Grab my bag, grab my belongings, and I left. And when I get on the road, I get up I get on the road. I'm feeling kind of like, woozy and a little disoriented. I get in a fucking car wreck. Total my car. I get out the car. I'm disoriented. I'm walking up the side of the highway, and I call the police. When the police show up, I'm kind of belligerent. You know what I'm saying? I am belligerent. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just out of it. And the female cop was laughing. This was in Henry County, Georgia. She was laughing, right? She was just amused. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, take me to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can check my whole police record. I don't have a prison record. I don't have a jail record. Never been locked up. None of that stuff. Um, and I'm saying, lock me up. So I put my hands behind my back. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. No, I wasn't violent or anything. She just put me in the back of the car. Another cop pulled up, and he was laughing. You know what I'm saying? And they took me to jail. When they get to jail, I'm just quiet. You know what I'm saying? I got my hands behind my back, and I just go, to my cell or whatever. I get to my cell, and my head is banging like I've just drunk a whole bottle of Hennessy. I'm like dry heaving. I'm not throwing up, but I'm feeling like I gotta throw up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just out of it. You know what I'm saying? And the police come to my cell, and they give me a jumpsuit, dress me out or whatever. So I put the jumpsuit on, and then and after that happens, they come back, and I'm down there, still disoriented out of it, whatever, and they kind of like wake me up and kind of like, walk me to the and say I gotta go get some shots or something to be in the cell. So it's nothing I would have ever agreed to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So they take me, and they shoot me with something, right? And this is what it looks like now. You see this right here. This, if you were to feel my arm right here, it feels like a BB is under my skin. Like if you ever felt the BB from a BB gun, it feels like a BB is right up under my skin. That's where they shot me at, right? And after getting the shot, I go back to the cell, and they let me sign myself out the next day. Get a phone call about a month later. I left Alabama, and I jumped on the Greyhound and went to Texas. I guess the people in my program they didn't like that because I explained this part before, but let me get to the part. But I had told you my stepfather's the usual suspect. He called me and said, I can make it go away for you, and I was like, nah, because I really wanted to see how far this would go. That's the reason I wanted to, and to be honest with you, even though I was drugged by this physician's assistant, she's a PA, a physician's assistant at Emory, Chemeka. Even though I was drugged by this woman, I still at that night I was like, you know what? Maybe after I had the accident, I was like, maybe this would end the program. Let me see if they just want me to go to jail, or they want me. I didn't know what it was that they wanted from me. You know what I'm saying? But I thought that the jail was the end goal at the time, but that wasn't it. You see, that's when I knew something was like twisted about this program, because I was like, they could have really locked me up then and had their way with me and did whatever. But I think it's more fun. They're able to do use more of their weapons and do a lot more while you're free in the free world. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But let me get back to the story though. So he said he can make it go. So I was like, nah, I'm cool. Let me just, what I'm saying, go through the whole process. And he was like, nah, I'm gonna make it go away. You know why it had to go away? After that, right, that phone call, I called and I asked for a police report, and they emailed me a police report. You know, and you asking me, so Michael, how do you know that the police were involved? On that police report, it says nothing. It says that I never left the cell. Excuse me. It says I never left the cell. Not one time. It says that I was asleep and the whole night, and I stayed in my cell the whole night. That's how I know that they shot me with something that they weren't supposed to, because it wasn't documented, and my police report says I never left the cell. I guarantee if there was a lawyer to take on this case and get the footage from that night in the cell, it would show me going to get a shot. It would show them taking me from that cell to go get a shot. But on that police report that they sent me, it says I never left the cell. You know why they say I never left the cell too, and why they didn't get any blood work and any stuff like that? Because they knew what was really in my system. They knew that I wasn't under the influence of alcohol. They knew I had been drugged, because they were complicit in drugging me. You see, my targeting isn't about me being afraid of a color red, me being afraid of the color blue, or me not saying afraid, not saying anyone's afraid, that I can't bear the sight of seeing the color red, or just the color red just does something to me. You see, I know how far this, I know how evil these people can be. And I know who the people that are involved, and how deep this goes. You see, this exceeds just color coordinating and noise campaigns. Because that night when I had that car accident, I could have been dead. I could have died in that accident from being drugged. That's why they did. Now, Henry County is known for not being easy on a black man. Why would two white cops skip steps when a DUI for that county, for any county, an individual ends up paying probably about almost $15,000 in fines, classes, probation, you know what I'm saying? Getting your license back, all that stuff. Why would those cops skip all these steps and not get the blood work to prove that I was under the influence, not do a breathalyzer to prove I was under the influence? Because they knew I wouldn't have blew. They knew that I was already drugged. They knew that I was drugged prior to me getting there. This program goes deep, family. Protect yourself. Public enemy number one. Targeted in America. Gang stalked in America. Signing out.